Ugh, Mom, why are you barging in without knocking? Huh? What's going on here? What's this? Ugh, Mom, you can't just do this. Who is this old lady? Put on some clothes and leave. Yeah, I'm so sorry. What have I just walked in on? Some kind of set? This isn't a set or a place where you can get up to things like that, so get out! You, my son, get that old lady out of here right now! Okay, Mom, okay, we're leaving. Don't hit her! There's no need for that! You lost your mind, Darren. You've gone crazy! What are you doing with that old woman with all of your clothes off? Get some respect for yourself! Mom, there's no need to name-call anyone. And you! What do you think you're doing here? Are you not embarrassed? Being of your age and sleeping around with younger boys. I can tell you're old just by looking at you. I don't even need to ask your age. Why are you doing this, huh? How old even are you? What's taking you so long to put your clothes on? I'll look away. Just find your underwear and put it on quickly. Mom, there's no need to go at her like that. She can't go any faster. She's in a lot of pain with her back. Due to job stress. She's getting dressed as quick as she can. Her body is already starting to ache because of how old she is. Your back starts to hurt when you get older. I know that all too well. Why is she sleeping with someone who looks like he could be her younger cousin if she's in so much pain? My mom's a little flustered from what she's just walked in on. So I think it's only right if you were to leave straight away. Sorry. It's what's respectful to my mom. Does she really need explaining what is right to do in this situation? Of course she needs to leave right away, in this crazy situation. You don't even come to visit me on my birthday, but you'll happily spend your time with random old ladies. That's why I'm causing such a scene. But I didn't expect to walk in on this. Mom, she's really in a lot of pain. Then how is she able to come over here and waste time with younger boys? Mom, please believe me. Just leave it now. So how old are you then? I'm guessing around 45 or 46. What do you need my son for? What's he got that you want? Also, you should do these kinds of things in your own house, not in my son's. Mom, it was my choice and decision. Why would you bring her here? In this tiny apartment. The walls here are thin. Every one of your neighbors would hear you. Not only that, are you not embarrassed for them to see you have such an old lady leaving? Why my son? How do you have the confidence to just come over here and do this? Are you not ashamed? I'm sure the people on the first floor would have seen you, including the desk clerk. Yet you're not embarrassed! Mom! Stop butting in and let me deal with this. You shouting in my ear isn't going to change anything. Mom, it was completely my decision and I only did it because I love her a lot. She was the one who kept saying no and that we couldn't be together. But I begged and pleaded, especially after I nearly died. Georgie felt bad and it's led to this situation. Are you crazy? You begged an old lady to keep meeting you. Mom, she's not an old lady. Stop saying those kind of things. So that's what you've been up to all this time. Every time you've told me you've come home and haven't had time to eat, you've been spending your time doing this. Yes, Mom. You know, she's the one who saved me when I almost died. I was supposed to have died that day. I really have no words. I just don't know what to say, to be honest. Old lady! Yes? At least you know when to respond. Do you know that you're basically committing a crime? Well, I don't think I have. What do you mean you don't think you have? I'm telling you, you have. I'm not married. Neither is Darren. We're both single and of consenting age, so we've not committed any crime. Not only are you old, you're crazy as well. Did you know that it's not normal for people your age to be sleeping with someone who's barely turned 33? You're clearly using him for something. What is it? Or is it because it's better? Mom, please fix how you're wording things. You're embarrassing me, too. My way of speaking would have been fine before I saw you both there with no clothes on, belly buttons touching. Why don't you both try fixing your age difference? Please don't tell me you both go places around here together. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Do people not stare at you? I bet people are thinking all kinds of bad things when they see the both of you. I want nothing to do with this, so you both need to sort this out and break up. Got it. Hurry up and get your bag and shoes and leave. Before I report you to the police, you crazy woman. How are you not even embarrassed? I don't even get how you're just standing there with your head held high. I'm embarrassed for you. We're both single. Huh. Yeah, and crazy. It's so much better when you do the driving, honey. Yeah, it's because you're moving the bottom of your back and your waist when you press the pedals. So it's probably hurting you a lot to drive at the minute. I'll drive you around from now on, until you get better. Even when you're going to work. It's okay. Don't get off at this exit. Keep following the road ahead. Why? Let's go get something to eat. Italian? Are you saying you want to go to La Casa? Yep. Let's not go there. Not just randomly. That's for special occasions. I'm the one who said let's go. Do you think I was expecting you to pay for it? It's way too expensive to just go there for a normal meal. I know it's expensive, but it's not just any meal. I want to treat you because you've been stressed with work recently. All the night shifts are starting to show on your face. Come on, it's my treat. No, it's okay. Let's just go to a Chick-fil-A or something. It's not like we go out for nice meals a lot anyway. There's nothing wrong with us going out for an expensive meal once in a while, especially when we feel down. It costs so much because we're paying for the chef quality. That's what I like to hear. I never thought she'd ask. I love a girl who's happy to coolly spend money like that. Okay. I'll turn the car around. Let's go. We can't say that we didn't expect that kind of reaction from your mom. Still, the way she acted was so embarrassing. Ugh. Plus, she didn't walk in at a great time. It's not a good first impression. It would have probably been better if we met in a normal kind of situation. I don't get it, to be honest. No one cares about age in today's generation. It's normal for parents to be against us dating or even getting married. Our age gap is quite big. All parents would react the same. I don't think she understands how much I cried and begged you to keep seeing me. I was heartbroken. She would never care about that, though, I guess. I think it is a bit selfish of us to want your mom to understand and accept everything straight away. Don't you think? But still... There's no way to get through to your mom at the moment. There'll be no excuses that you could use to get her to understand. Put yourself in your mom's shoes. Don't you think you'd be the same? You wouldn't like it. And I know it's hard to swallow the truth, but your mom's reaction was just normal. Any parent would have reacted in the same way. You can't let this change your mind, okay? To be honest, I've thought about it all day. It's not just the age thing that was putting me off not being with you. What do you mean? There are just a lot of issues, regardless of the age problem. We're opposites in a lot of ways. So, what are you trying to say? You want to break up or what? Why would she behave like this? Uploading pictures on her story near her friend Mike's workplace? She knows how to annoy me.
Why do you think? You deleted every picture of you guys off your Instagram straight away. Plus, you upload a lot of questionable stories, too. So do you really need to ask me that question?
That's the only way to go about things when you need the other person to regret the breakup. Make them realize what they've lost, you know? Then she won't ever be able to move on.
That's a pretty selfish way of living, don't you think? I'm not surprised, though. I wouldn't have put it past you at all to do such things. It's not like you even ever got married or anything.
Okay, but you telling me I'm being selfish is of no use to this situation.
Do you really think this time around will be any different?
Yeah, I've got hope.
Don't you think your mom will have a heart attack knowing you're back together?
Nah, she won't be that bad.
How on earth do you plan on trying to persuade her?
She can be upset about it, but she can't tell me how to live my own life. There aren't many parents that are able to outrule their kids. I do what I want.
To be honest, if I was your mom, I'd have to tell you to really think about what you're getting yourself into. That would probably be my biggest piece of advice to you.
Well, I don't need your advice, nor my parents.
I didn't say don't do it. I'm just telling you to really think about what you're doing.
Who are you to tell me not to do something? Just because you tell me not to doesn't mean I'm gonna listen to you. I know what I'm doing and know what's best for me.
Listen to me for once, Darren. Having a huge age gap isn't easy. It's already hard enough for a woman to date a younger man, let alone 9 years younger. There will be some clashes for sure.
We're all good. You've got nothing to worry about. We get along so well, it's like we're soulmates.
You're still in the honeymoon phase. Wait until you get further into the relationship. The cracks start showing. All relationships are amazing at the start.
It's the first time I've ever met someone who gets me as much as she does. I'm so thankful to have by chance met her whilst working in the same company. I've never felt like this for anybody else before.
Is that because you're actually a good match, or just because one of you seems to give in easier to please the other? Most things go smoothly at the start. Trust me.
Trust me, once we get married, everything will be fine. My mom won't have a choice but to accept it. Trust me on this one. I have faith. I only started seeing her in the first place as I knew deep down it would work out.
Oh, here comes the marriage talk again. Already? Come on.
Well, if that's what's needed for people not to judge us by our age gap anymore, then I'm more than willing to. They say as long as you're married, people treat you as a couple and don't care about your age or any age gap.
Yeah, people just use marriage to cover over the cracks. It doesn't fix anything. When I was dating my husband, we had a 6-year age gap. Because I was the younger one, I tended to give in to everything he said and did. When you get married, that disappears completely. Just do what you want. There's no point trying to explain to you. Just know that it doesn't fix everything. You can't just give in to her every time.
I'm not giving in to her. I don't see the marriage as that. I just think it will help people take us a bit more seriously.
It won't be all rainbows and butterflies. I hope you know that. If couples from the same generation fight due to disagreements, then imagine how much couples from different generations fight. It doesn't matter if the man is older or younger. There will be problems. You need to think carefully about this, Darren, and how you envision your future. What if you become widowed at a young age? What are you gonna do? You'll spend years by yourself.
It's okay. Women tend to live longer than men.
You're delusional. We're in the 21st century. People are living longer regardless of their gender. Anyway, I'm just saying that could be the case. Or it could get to the point where you're so fed up of each other, you can't wait for one of you to pass away. There's about 6 years between me and her alone, let alone 9. 9 years is pushing it a bit.
There's good things that come with that age gap, you know. She has way more experience than me. I trust her opinions on things.
Have you thought about the fact she'll be of retirement age in around 20 years?
It's okay. It's better that she's the older one and not me, since men die earlier.
Why do you keep saying that men die earlier? Who told you that ridiculous fact? This decision could creep up on you in the future. I'm telling you from experience. My relationship is only a 6-year age gap, and we have our moments of struggling. You're still young. You have so many things you need to accomplish and do, like preparing to have kids.
It's okay. We already decided we didn't want children.
What, did she say that too?
Yeah, she's been suffering with her lower back and hips for a while now. So we both think it would be for the best to not put her more at risk than she already is.
I guess you've never really been the type to like babies. But still, you really need to think about this decision.
Give me a chance to finish speaking a second. Of course, most people tend to follow the norm of having kids and getting married in their 30s and then retiring at the age of 60. But there are also some individuals who prefer to marry later on and have no kids. As long as they are happy, that's all that matters.
By the time you've reached 50, she'll have retired and will be starting to get old. You'll notice the age difference much more when you're still full of life and she's struggling to climb stairs. Or did you not think that far in advance?
Well, I guess that's what I'm signing myself up for. It doesn't matter if she becomes weak and fragile, as long as I try my best to look after her. I'm sure I'll be just fine in my large house on the beachfront, even if it means being alone. Does she not realize how many insurances Georgie has? I'll inherit it all once she passes.
Okay, then let's wait and see. I can't wait to say I told you so, when you're struggling and need to hire care workers to help support you. That's what happens when there's such a big age gap. I'm not joking around with you.
Stop saying it. It's almost like you're trying to wish it upon me.
Darren, I've known you all your life. We've been through kindergarten, elementary school, university, and have even worked together. Don't you think I know you well enough to tell you the truth about how I'm feeling? I know this isn't right for you. I'm telling you this as a good friend.
Just because you've known me for a long time doesn't mean you can boss me around. Or are you gonna keep doing this?
I'm telling you from experience. My grandparents only have a 7-year age gap, and there's always been problems. But especially now he's reached an old age, she has to take him to hospital appointments, make sure he takes his meds, wash him, help him eat. It's hard to watch, and you don't realize how much stress it puts on a person. You'll be doing the housework on top of everything else. You really need to think about this before you make a mistake.
Mom, you can't just keep letting yourself into my house whenever you please. Or I'm going to have to change the locks. It's getting excessive now. Changing the locks won't make a difference. I'll just turn up and bang the door constantly until you decide to open up. Mom, it's 9 a.m. Why are you even coming here this early? I get that I'm your son, but a little privacy wouldn't go amiss. I'm a grown adult now. Privacy? From the person who raised you? Why on earth would you need privacy from your own blood? I gave birth to you. That doesn't matter. I'm a grown adult and need some privacy now. There's no need for you to keep coming over here every day. You're starting to annoy me now. Good, because I'll keep doing it until you decide to break up with that old girlfriend of yours. I forgot how stubborn you were. I have no choice but to be. I'm just frustrated at the whole situation. I have no idea why you've also decided to move to such a small house. I shouldn't have to go to all of this effort. You should just listen to me and trust me. I had no luck with a husband, and none with my children either. Mom, don't be like that. I've always been good to you. Your father didn't pay off his debts before he passed, so now it's down to us to pay them back. So how are we going to pay that back? Surely we can't sell the house. Then what else are we supposed to do? Do you think I'm playing with you? Mom. What now? It's just about Georgie. What about her? I really do love her a lot. You're giving me a headache. You clearly don't know what love is. Just because you think you love her. You will regret this. I'm telling you. I can't even bear to listen to you these days. I can't believe you think you're in love with that old lady. Mom, please just hear me out for a sec. Regardless of her age, there's many things about her that I love. Age has nothing to do with it. And what's that? Mom, don't you think I have my reasons for wanting to marry her? Men can have certain standards for their wives, too. What do you mean, conditions? Mom, she earns well over $80,000 a year in her job. There's talks about her getting a promotion next year, too, so she'll be earning even more. Huh? Does she really earn that much? She has good finances and even owns her own apartment in the most expensive neighborhood in New York, which she's living in currently by herself. Well, I never knew that. Why didn't you mention this before? Plus, she's invested in a lot of things, has a lot of assets and things. That's why I don't agree with you when you say I'm stupid for wanting to marry her. Who wouldn't? It's an investment into our family. Don't you think, Mom? Well, I guess it's a bit different when you put it that way. I guess as long as she comes with some sort of benefit, I don't see why her age matters. Silly me! Exactly, Mom. Think of it logically. She's a very smart lady, comes with a lot of wealth to her name. In terms of her level, she's higher than me, but she's still giving me a chance. Earning above $40,000 a year is considered good these days, let alone $80K. She's doing way better than I ever have. Don't be silly. What's wrong with how you're doing? You graduated from a good university and have a good company job. That's doing well, isn't it? Mom, almost everyone goes to university these days. It's not like I can pay for us to live in a house in New York now, can I? Can you? Don't be so ridiculous. Not many people can afford that in general. Exactly, so think about it logically, Mom. You've just answered your own question. If I am able to marry her, think of how much money and assets I'll inherit. Mom, if I lose the chance to marry her, I'll just end up marrying some girl who's the same level as me. She won't be worth anything. Neither will her parents. Both of us will be living on the average wage, and we'll be living our lives just paying off our housing debt. I get that she's worth a lot. She does have value, I must say that. But I can't say that I won't feel at least a little embarrassed that my son isn't bringing anything to the relationship. Everyone wants their son to be doing well. I can't have any rumors spreading around the neighborhood about the difference in your wages, etc. Mom, not many people know about her or how much she's making. No one will know about the difference. I just won't tell anyone. What if she does, though? Georgie has already told me herself she doesn't like people thinking that she's doing better than me. She won't tell anyone. I can guarantee you that. Thinking of it, I guess you're right. If you're doing better than your husband and everyone knew it, then they'd assume he was only with you for your money. I guess if I was her, I wouldn't want people knowing either. They'd judge you. Exactly. She'll be embarrassed. So you don't have to worry about that at all. No rumors will be getting out. All I'm asking, Mom, is for you not to be completely against it, and to go home and have a think about it. How does that sound? Let's grab this chance. We'll only get it once. She screamed at him, asking him why he wanted to marry an old lady. She even comes to his house every day to check that I'm not there. Do you really think you can marry someone like that? Well, he said he's in the middle of sorting it out. I guess I've just got to trust him. Did you really already tell him about your finances and how much you're earning? Rookie mistake. He knew all that before we even got together. He was the part of the team that dealt with my finances. Just seems strange to me. I thought he would have been put off by the fact you're earning so much money. It's an ego thing, you know? I know that because I'm also a man. I'm sure he'll be okay at first, but as time goes on and people start to realize and ask, he will get overwhelmed. It's quite a hit to the ego to be earning considerably less than your wife. Most people won't do it. How's the relationship been going, anyway? Well, I guess we've been together a few months now, so it's not going too bad. Also, why on earth are you eating like that? Like what? You're eating like you're starving. I've never seen someone eat so much salad. 4 plates I've counted now.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just extra hungry today, I guess. Anyway, what were we originally talking about again?
Oh, yeah, I was saying. There's a lawyer who works in our company. He was dating someone for a while. Even though she was 5 years older, too.
Well, I guess he has his types. I'm sure he does really like me. He makes it clear enough.
Yeah, or he wouldn't be trying so hard to win his mom over.
But am I really that bad? Like that bad for his mom to be reacting the way she is?
I guess it's up to her how she feels. Everyone has their different standards and expectations. We can't judge that, I guess. She probably didn't mean for it to come off in that way. Perhaps she's just looking out for her son. Plus, it's not my place to tell you what to do. You can make that decision for yourself. Only you know his real intentions at the end of the day.
I guess you're right. I just look over some of the stuff, though, as it's easy for him to get upset over our situation.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, it's probably better to have a kid with a younger man anyway. For the sake of the baby's health, since I'm getting older now.
You're thinking of having a kid?
Of course. If I didn't have intentions of having a baby, why would I even get married at this age? If I finally met someone, I may as well make the most of it.
Your boyfriend and kid have really hit the jackpot. Well, from his point of view, he is lucky. He has a wife that's doing well for herself and won't make him feel bad about himself.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I think he's just the type of person to not care about what anybody else thinks.
You think so?
Yeah, certain of it.
You sure? It's hard to not care about what others think of you.
Just from what I've observed, he seems the type.
You haven't even known each other for that long. How can you be certain of that?
I don't know. Just get the feeling. Of course, he probably likes the fact I earn quite a lot of money. Who wouldn't? But I don't think that's just the reason he wants to be with me. It's like I'm more of a comforting figure to him. You know, since I'm older and all. But of course, it would just be less stress for him to meet a younger girl. But something's just different.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I guess only you know best, and as long as you're certain he doesn't have bad intentions.
Honey, here, smell my coffee a second. Does it smell right to you? I can smell something weird.
Huh? I can't smell anything.
Oh, really? That's weird. I must be coming down with the flu or something. Anyway, what's up with you today? You're in a way better mood than usual.
My mom gave me the green light to go ahead with the marriage.
No way! Really?
I told her I'd do something stupid if she didn't let me.
What do you mean, do something stupid?
You know, do something that will make her regret everything. I told her I only want to be with you, and if I can't, then I'm better off not being here.
Why'd you tell her that? You can't go around threatening things like that, Darren. There's no need to force something if your mom doesn't want us to be together.
I didn't force anything. I just made her come to her senses. She had no right refusing anything anyway. It's my life and I can do what I want. I just tried to make her understand that me marrying you is way better than me dying.
Was there any need to say something so extreme?
Yes, because it worked in the end. I managed to persuade her. It's what we wanted, wasn't it?
Did you really think that would solve anything? Just because she's letting us get married doesn't mean she still won't be on our case. It's not as easily solvable as just saying you will kill yourself.
Honey.
What? Why are you being so touchy suddenly?
Well, we're basically husband and wife now. You're my bride-to-be.
Yeah, but still. We haven't even got a ring or set a date for a wedding.
Exactly. So let's sort something as soon as possible. I'll tell you what. This weekend we'll arrange a meeting with my mom. Then we'll go from there.
That's only 3 days from now. I'll need to book in a facial or something, and to get my nails done.
Oh, there's no need for all that. Your skin looks great, and your nails still look good from the last time you had them done.
Yeah, maybe in your eyes, but your mom is extra critical when it comes to me. If I don't freshen myself up, she may compare me to an old lady again. I need a facial ASAP.
If you say so. Georgie, please take a seat.
Thanks. Please excuse the way I'm walking. My hips have been acting up again recently. It's worse because I've just been driving for a while to get here.
Oh, that's okay. Take your time. Are your hips really that bad?
They aren't usually this bad. I think I've just strained them a lot in work this week.
You really need to get that looked at. Anyway, isn't it our second time meeting now?
Yeah, our second time. Me and Darren had originally planned to stop by yours one day this weekend to introduce me to you properly. I didn't think you'd ask to meet me sooner than that.
Oh, I see. Well, it doesn't matter if me and you just meet by ourselves first, does it? We aren't breaking the law or anything.
You're right, we're not.
Also, since you're basically a part of our family now, feel free to call me anytime to chat. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, that's nice of you to say that. I will do.
Also, there's no need to tell Darren about us meeting up today.
Okay.
I must say, when I first met you, I just thought my son was hanging around with the wrong crowd and getting up to bad things. Since you are a lot older, I can't lie, I did assume the worst. As any mother would. I'm sure you understand that. But the more I listen to Darren and see you two together, the more I realize that you both are very genuine. It's clear to see how much Darren loves you as a person. So that's why, in the end, I decided to just let him do what he needs to do.
Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate it.
It's his life, not mine. Of course he should be able to marry the person he likes the most. It's not my position to tell him no. Life is short as it is. In the end, it seemed unfair for me to let him waste time unhappy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you're saying.
Anyway, I'll just get straight to the point.
Go ahead.
Since you're older, I'm sure you're more familiar with traditional rules when it comes to marriage and in-laws. But I was thinking we should scrap all of that and get more with the times.
You say that, but then wanted to arrange a formal parents' meeting.
I don't mean that. I meant only the silly rules that don't benefit either of us. Let's just sort those things out first, before we go ahead with anything.
Oh, okay. What kind of things were you thinking of exactly?
Well, for a start, even though I'm old and fragile, I don't ever want to live in a house with the both of you looking after me.
Yeah, I understand that. Most parents these days tend to not like living together in a huge household anymore.
Exactly. So I need to know how much your apartment is worth.
Why would you need to know that?
So that I know how much it's worth. When you marry my son, you can sell your current apartment and split the money with me. That way I can buy somewhere separate from you both.
Wait a second. Sell my apartment and split it with who?
Why are you asking silly questions that I've just told you the answers to? I want to move soon.
Okay, but what's that got to do with me?
Are you being serious? Do you not understand what I've been saying this whole time?
Yeah, sorry, I have no idea where you're going with any of this.
Let me put it for you simply. Sell your apartment and give me half the profits.
Why on earth would I do that?
What do you mean, why would you do that? You agreed to not follow traditions. That means I need my own house. See it as debt you owe me for letting my son marry someone almost 10 years older than him. That's the least you can do, surely. Since you're the older one, shouldn't you provide some sort of funds for this marriage?
I didn't realize I had to prepare any funds to marry your son.
Neither did I know I was considered that old. You're in your 40s and unmarried. Don't you think there's something wrong there? Okay, yeah, I'm in my 40s. Sorry that I decided to focus on my career than to meet anyone. Me being 40, however, doesn't warrant me to have to pay funds or sell my apartment and give half to you. If you want to marry my son, do as I say and sell your apartment immediately. I get what you're doing now. You're just using Darren and him wanting to marry me for your personal gain. What personal gain? I don't get why me marrying your son means I have to pay you. Surely you're using both our feelings and my feelings for your son to your advantage. I told you we're needing to move soon. So since my son will be buying a place with you, it's only fair you pay for me to have somewhere too. I don't care if you're needing to move soon. What has that got to do with me? Why should I sell my apartment that I worked hard to buy just for you? The apartment I bought for myself, ready for when I do get married. Why should I have to sell it? I can't believe you even have the audacity to ask me such a thing, especially on our first meeting. Then you just want your mother-in-law to be homeless. I didn't come here to discuss such serious topics. Plus, you aren't even my mother-in-law yet. Who do you think will be left to deal with you when you're in retirement? My son. That's the future, and many years away. There's no need to be stressing about that. Not until the time comes, anyway. My son's still young. He still has time to meet others and to earn more money for himself. Of course I have to think of these future potential problems before I allow him to marry you. He needs to know what he's getting himself into. As a mom, of course I'd worry about it. You should be grateful I'm helping you both with these things. I'm not thankful in the slightest, and I think you should mind your own business. Also, I'm not sure if he will even have the potential to earn more money than he currently is now. How dare you say that? You're just an old woman who is too old to even have kids, but yet I'm willing to let my only son marry you. My son is too kind for his own good, I tell you. Oh, so you're saying Darren is only marrying me because he's too nice, and not because he actually has any feelings for me? It's not like he's even that young himself. He's 33 now, too. I'll have you know, 33 is still young. If you compare it to someone who's 23, then 33 isn't young at all. I may be old, but at least I have good funding behind me, and own a big apartment that I've bought all by myself. Yet your son doesn't have one asset to his name, despite him being only 9 years younger than me. You'd think he'd at least be doing well for himself. Don't you dare talk about Darren like that. It's exactly like in the movies. I've seen loads of characters like you. The older lady who has money preys on the younger men because they have less than her. I can't believe I'm witnessing a movie plot in real life. Funny you say that, as I've only ever seen the movies where the men do well and make all the money. I've never seen a movie plot where the younger man is practically begging the older woman to be with him, just for her money. And that his mom is demanding half of the potential bride-to-be's money. That'd be a great movie. If my son tried, he could have done so well for himself. He's handsome, kind, and caring. He has so much potential. But that was all ruined when he decided to start hanging around with older ladies in their 40s. You ruined any potential he had. Okay, well, if he was that handsome, kind, and full of good luck, surely he would have gotten married already. Plus, if that's the case, then send him someone else to marry. I'll just continue living as a boring old woman in her 40s, as you like to say. I knew I shouldn't have ever said to Darren I'd give you both a chance. I knew your bad intentions from the start. Why else would someone your age marry someone so much younger? I must say I felt sorry for you to some extent, but you've shown your true colors. You're nothing but a rude, mannerless old hag, trying to persuade my son to disobey me. I knew your game all along. Well, if I'm such a rude, mannerless old hag, then there was no reason for you to have arranged to meet me today. And you won't have to see me from now on. Anyway, I don't want to persuade your son any longer, so I'm calling off the marriage myself. Sorry for being so old. I didn't realize my age would have been such an inconvenience to you.
I hope you live a long, healthy life, not letting your son breathe into any potential future he has. Anyway, that's my cue to leave. Have a nice life.
Wait a second. You can't just leave like that. What will Darren think? He can't know we've met. Georgie, what's going on? Why are you being so blunt with me?
Please let me breathe for 10 minutes. Stop talking to me. My hips are really hurting me today, so I'm sensitive.
Maybe my mom was right when she said about meeting an older woman would come with complications. She can't keep using these excuses to snap at me. I can't cope with this forever. Her hip pain isn't going away anytime soon either. What am I even doing thinking of marrying this woman?
Honey, by the way, I have an appointment to see the gynecologist soon.
Huh? Gynecologist? Shouldn't you really be going to see a chiropractor about your hips and back?
Well, I haven't told you, but I think I could be pregnant. I've had a few symptoms.
Pregnant? How could you be pregnant? Have you not been on birth control this whole time?
Why would I take birth control? I'm 42. Do you really not want to have a kid that bad?
It's not that. It's just having a child is a serious commitment. It's hard work. We have to think about these things logically, honey. You're 42 now. You struggle with your hips most days. Do you really think you're healthy enough to raise a kid?
Okay. I see. So you don't think I'm healthy enough to have a kid because I'm too old?
Well, I wouldn't exactly put it like that. Not only your health, but you'd have to take time off work.
Are you really that worried about me taking a break from my career?
Of course I would worry about that.
Why? What's so wrong with me taking some time off work?
Because you won't be earning money.
That's okay, because you can earn money for us in the meantime. No?
Are you out of your mind? Do you really think we can both survive off my monthly wage?
You don't think you earn enough, nor do you think you have the potential to earn more. Got it.
Of course I don't earn enough right now.
Okay, so this whole time you've never wanted to have a family with me.
I've never exactly liked children. I've never once thought they were cute or wanted one for myself. You always see children being left unattended and to run around in cafes and restaurants. I can't understand parents who raise their children in that way, and therefore have no desire to raise any children myself. They just irritate me. It's almost a 20-year commitment until they're adults themselves. By the time they're adults, I'll be 50 and you'll be in your 60s. It just doesn't seem logically possible to ever have children. We're too old now.
What seems more impossible is marrying you at this rate.
I never demanded you bought me a house. In fact, I didn't demand you buy me anything. I just suggested an idea that I had in my head. One that I thought would be beneficial for the both of us, as we don't want to be invading each other's personal space. You shouldn't have just ended it with Darren like that, just because of some miscommunication between you and I. I'm very disappointed you've behaved like this. Someone of your age. And did you know how depressed Darren is? He's moved to a small studio apartment, all by himself, since that's all he can afford after the breakup. That shows how much you cared about him and loved him. I expected better from you, being 9 years older. I thought you'd understand the importance of communication. I didn't think you'd take one small thing I said in a private conversation between you and I and use it to break my son's heart. It's not like I ever wanted you as a daughter-in-law anyway. And even if I did, that opinion has now changed completely. I can't believe you gave up the opportunity to get married at your old age. It's not like you could ever have kids now. You missed your last opportunity. I'm just glad you're not our problem anymore. And I can see you're reading this and not responding. It shows right under the message. How dare you just ignore me, you old hag?
Because I don't want to waste my precious time answering your abusive messages.
If you were glad to get rid of me, and I was that much of a problem for you both, then why are you bothering to continue sending me these messages? Or is it because you're regretting everything and actually realize what a great daughter-in-law you lost? Please leave me alone, you even older hag. I'm not going to sit here and explain to you all the process of how we ended up calling off the marriage and breaking up. However, I'm sure Darren will happily plaster the breakup and the reasons for it all over his social media account. He did the same thing when we first started dating. He let everyone on his socials know. He posted everywhere as if he did no wrong, and that he was just led on by an older woman. He stated that because of me, he now had no trust in women, and had no interest in meeting a girl ever again. So I decided to spread the rumor that he was an individual who had no consideration for me in and out of the relationship, and that he was nothing but hard work the whole time. About how he spread lies after he was dumped, and that the whole time he was dating me, all he did was whine and sit around doing nothing, whilst I worked to bring in all the money. Hopefully the rumor about how much of a loser he is spreads around fast. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, click the notification bell, and subscribe to see more content.